ISE 2019 with Tim from D-Tools. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. It's the last day of the show.
Last day of the show. Real quick question. This is something we ask a lot of folks. D-Tools is a software tool for integrators, for system
Absolutely.
integrators. May sound silly, but why do you guys come to this specific show? Why do you do ISE?
Because we've expanded into the international market. We've been coming to ISE since the beginning of this show.
Oh, wow.
From the very first ISE. So we've always participated in this show. And we've really seen the growth of our international business as a result.
Yeah, so you also seen the growth of this show too.
Yes. Then now Hall 15, which is right outside Hall 1, which is around 7. That's why they're going to Barcelona.
That's why they're going to Barcelona, where they'll have one
ginormous
400 square meter, 400,000
rows, 63,000.
Yeah. Instead of several halls, we'll have several rows.
Yes, we'll have to get our steps in otherwise.
We'll still get our
other
steps
ways.
in.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's a trade show. All right, you guys have released a brand new version of your software system integrator.
Yes.
Talk about it. What you've done.
Yeah. So this latest release is really geared towards helping integrators increase their operational efficiency.
Okay.
So what System Integrator does is helps people streamline the way they do their proposals, their system design, and project management. And what we've really added to this new release are three main features, primarily around workflow, being able to set workflow rules, notifications, both in-app and through email, and calculated items. And what that really means is, for workflow rules, you can now set triggers within the software to alert people when certain things happen. So, for example, a salesperson is working on a proposal and they're specifying some products that go below the company's approved margins. A manager could be notified that they need approval, so the project can be locked until that approval is met.
Wow.
Or something very basic like a project's been approved and it needs to go into engineering. When the project is marked as approved, a notification automatically goes out to the engineering team. Or it could be something as simple as, we've won a big project over X amount of dollars, let's notify the team. And these can be in-app or they can be emailed. So it can be for internal stakeholders as well as external stakeholders.
So you're really kind of streamlining, and you said that streamlining, but you're automating a lot of processes that otherwise would have taken, some mental energy to figure out, hey, I need to do this. It would also take some vision that some people may or may not have into their internal workings. Yeah,
and really to help put those guidelines together, right? So that you don't really have to think about that. You're just doing your job, and then the software is going to help you really guide you through when things need to happen. And it's very powerful, very flexible, and like I said, you can assign these things for virtually any operation within the software. So the third thing is, so that's notifications and workflow. The third thing is the ability to calculate items and things within the software. So let's take labor, for example. The way that we've traditionally worked with labor has been two ways. You could assign install time to a particular product. So for example, this in-ceiling speaker takes a half an hour to install.
Okay.
And so let's apply, I'm charging X per hour, let's apply half an hour of labor to that, right? So when an integrator's doing their proposal and they choose the product, we'll take the price that they're charging for the equipment and we'll add a half an hour of labor, all right? So that's one way of doing it. The other way has traditionally been to create a labor SKU, which means could be an hour of programming or 4 hours of pre-wire, and assign a dollar amount to that and add that to the project. Well, now you can set operations to say, I want labor to just be 20% of the project total, right? Which a lot of people do. And when we're talking to new companies, and especially well-established companies, they've got processes and they said, kid, I don't care what your software does, I know it's gonna be 20% of the total, or whatever it is. And it wasn't as easy to get to that number in the software because it was very specific. Sometimes it would end up that way. But you know what, to make it easy, we just want to say labor's 20% of the job. Or Let's say you want to take 5% to apply for shipping, or 10% for travel, or whatever it is. So you could take different areas of the software and say, for this particular set of products, I need to allocate X% for shipping. And that's very powerful. And you can apply that for a single project or for multiple projects. So those three things combined really help streamline and automate day-to-day operations. That yes, you can do it, but doing it manually adds time.
Adds time, and also
and errors.
Well, that's the thing.
Potential for errors.
It includes. It introduces an opportunity for errors, right?
Yeah.
Something I want to come back to. The version of this is version 12. Up until this point, you have done the years.
Yes.
So explain that for a second.
So,
going forward, what people should expect to see.
Yeah, so we for a long time we did years. So it would be System Integrator 2016, System Integrator 2017, and so forth. But then we would do a couple of revisions throughout the year. So we ended up with like SI 2018 R2. And we realized we're doing 3 releases a year, and every release has new features on top of it. So the idea of a annual release with updates didn't really make sense anymore because we're at this velocity. So what we're doing now is, this is the latest version of System Integrator. We're going to have another release in June, and we always have another one, after CEDIA, in Q4.
Yeah.
So this will be version 12. The next one will be version 13, and it's mainly not so much the version number. That's mainly for customers to understand what version they're on and if they want to upgrade. But if they're part of our software assurance plan, they get all the regular upgrades. So the version number really is only for kind of internal tracking purposes. As long as they're on our software assurance plan, they're going to get 3 releases per year. So the name really doesn't matter.
Okay.
The naming didn't make sense anymore.
Makes sense. All right. Tim, if somebody wants to find out more about D-Tools or how to become a customer?
They can come to our website at www.d-tools.com.
All right, very good. Tim from D-Tools. My name is Tim Albright. For more information about us, go by the website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.